Halo is back. Halo fans just got an injection of hope and maybe a bit of good news for a change. So if you know a Halo fan, please fetch them from their retirement home and wipe the drool from their aged face. 343 Industries has rebranded as Halo Studios, and going forward will be using Unreal Engine 5 in all their games for the foreseeable future. But why is this good news? A fresh coat of paint and a new name surely couldn't be that big of a change, right? Especially when good games, let alone great games, much like Halo games used to be, are more than just the studio behind them and the latest graphics. Recent games like Starfield and The First Descendant are testaments to the fact that you need more than just a pretty face and a big name backing you to be a good or even a great game. Well, it's a little deeper than just a new name and a new engine. Today we will be discussing why I think these changes might mean one of the greatest gaming franchises is so back. Let's get into it. First things first, my name is Lank. Welcome to my channel where I get into a lot of news and topics in and around the gaming world, but most importantly, we like to have fun here. Regular weekly vids, shorts, and live streams all in one channel, so if that sounds even remotely good to you, drop a sub, hit that bell, and welcome to the community. Without further delay, let's get into why Halo Studios and Unreal Engine 5 are potentially making it a brighter future for Halo gamers. This past Sunday, during the 2024 Halo World Championships, 343 Industries made the announcement that they would be changing their name to Halo Studios, with a short video looking hopefully forward to the future of the franchise. An apt name for the developer handling one of the most cherished gaming franchises with the same moniker. The name change, however, is not purely symbolic. The past few years have seen a lot of shakeups within 343 Industries, from layoffs to big names like Bonnie Ross, head and founder, resigning in 2002, and series veteran Joseph Stanton leaving in 2023. Halo Studios really is saying, new name, who dis? Within the video, the new Halo Studios also announced several new Halo titles in the works, all being developed in Unreal Engine 5. This is a huge change from the past titles that were developed in the in-house Slipspace engine. This engine is roughly 25 years old. Now that's slightly younger than the median age for Halo fans. And before you come for me with your back in my day comments, I'm about to be 32. Okay, I'm right there with you, old timer. Relax. As a former Halo fanboy, I'm a man now, I'm cautiously optimistic, as well as I think you should be too. I may even say I'm excited. Now let's say for the sake of argument that the name change is symbolic. Symbolism sometimes has big changes underneath the surface. Halo Studios is looking like it's changing from top to bottom, and the name is reflective of this. Within the video and in the description, Halo Studios brings up they are looking for talented people to expand their studio to help them create Halo games of the future in Unreal Engine 5. This means they are looking for people that potentially already have experience in Unreal Engine. Valuable experience can make the difference between a good and a great game. Speaking of Unreal Engine 5, I think this is a massive change, but not just for graphics. Gorgeous graphics in a game are great, but oftentimes the most shallow aspect of the game. Think of the game The First Descendant, a visually stunning game, but narratively kinda boring and generic. It also doesn't have a lot in the way of content as of the making of this video. Story, gameplay, mechanics, and technical capabilities are some of the far greater components to a game in comparison to graphics. Unreal Engine 5 allows Halo Studios to focus much more on those greater aspects than Slipspace engine ever could. 343 Industries had a well-documented struggle with the Slipspace engine. Look no further than the recent flop of Bethesda's latest IP, Starfield. Starfield was created on a new iteration of the same engine that's at least 13 years old at this point. Bethesda would have you believe that it's a new engine, but the technical limitations made the game so bad that modders have given up on the game entirely. 343 had to not only develop the games that they were creating, but also had to create components for an aged engine, essentially making them a tech company as well as a developer. With the use of Unreal Engine 5, they can fully focus on solely being a developer for the Halo franchise. I personally enjoyed the Halo Infinite story, but it sort of felt like I wasn't getting the whole story for whatever reason. The concept was there, but the execution was lacking. Like, the cool parts of the story already happened and I was hearing a secondhand account of it all, and that's kinda lame. Not only that, Halo Infinite launched super bare bones in terms of content. I believe having to focus less on developing the tech for the engine of your game will give Halo Studios more time and resources to focus on components like story and content. I'm very glad that 343, now Halo Studios, have chosen to look towards the future and come to the realization that a 25-year-old engine might potentially hold them and their visions back. It's something that studios like Bethesda really should consider. Starfield was an objective failure because Bethesda refused to step away from their own aged engine, but also because they have refused to grow and change as developers. Now I read somewhere they're already admitting defeat on Elder Scrolls 6 because gamers' expectations are the problems. That's just sad. I'm glad some developers are willing to adapt and grow to make the best game they can, as opposed to making a half-assed game and blaming others when it does poorly. It's kind of endearing, and it does genuinely make me want to root for this newly renamed studio. Instead of blaming others and blaming things beyond one's control, choosing to look inward and reflect and try and work on what you can is actually a breath of fresh air in this industry, in this day and age. As I said previously, I am cautiously optimistic about the news coming from the newly renamed Halo Studios, albeit a little excited. Halo was a huge part of my childhood, and I've always had a place in my heart for it. Not you. The future just got a little brighter for me and my fellow geriatric gamers. What do you guys think? Is the Halo franchise back? Should I risk jumping for joy and injuring my frail old Halo fanboy body? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. As I said previously, if you enjoy news and commentary on all things gaming with a touch of humor, subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. As always, shout out to my members for going the extra mile supporting this channel. Major, Meow, Razma Chris, and our newest member, Isaias. I appreciate you, my homies, and I will see you next time.